the preceding episode, we delved into the numerous accomplishments and successes of Dr. Hari Om Srivastava from 1984 to 1997. He established IT division in the All India Directorate in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting in 1984, undertook computerization in key areas and published several research papers in national and international journals that led to his receiving 5 consecutive Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union Awards from 84 to 89. He earned Master and Doctor of Philosophy degrees in Information Systems from BITS Pilani and another PhD degree in Chemistry from Purvanchal University. His accomplishments were recognized by his appointment as a Commonwealth expert in 1990, his selection as an International Telecommunication Union expert in Malaysia in 1991, and his selection as the Indian representative in the ITU meeting in Vietnam. In tribute to the place where he was born, he founded the Technical Education and Research Institute, a higher learning institution, in Ghazipur.
Dr. H. O. Srivastava piloted the proposal to establish a public sector under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and prepared the Cabinet Note for the establishment of Broadcast Engineering Consultants India Limited, which was approved in 1997. The primary objective of the company's formation was to execute foreign projects.
In 1997, in compliance with the Government of India policy on routine transfer, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting relocated Dr. Srivastava from All India Radio Directorate to Suratgarh, Rajasthan. He was in charge of supervising and overseeing the operations of the broadcast station as the station head. The highest engineering official promised to have him repatriated to the main office within a maximum of 2 years. However, the engineering management was unable to fulfill this at the end of the tenure due to lack of administrative authority. Dr. Srivastava met the Chief Executive Officer in August 1999, who not only accepted for his relocation back but also became convinced and granted the administrative and financial powers to the engineering management, which was enjoyed by the then Engineer-in-Chief during his period in office.
Dr. Srivastava spent 2 years living in Rajasthan from 1997 to 1999. Dr. Srivastava was recognized by the International Who's Who of Professional when they featured his biography in the 1999 edition of their publication. Dainik Bhaskar disseminated this news on the 16th of December 1998. Dr. Srivastava authored a book during his stay which was published in 2001, named Broadcast Technology, a Review. Several universities in India and even Pakistan use this book as a reference for Masters in Journalism and Mass Communication courses even today in 2023.
Dr. Srivastava started his second stint at All India Radio headquarters in 1999. His initial primary assignment was to complete the disinvestment program of All India Radio and Doordarshan to private and foreign bidders as a part of economic liberation in India. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting formed a group with Professor P.V. Indi Risan as chairperson, members from the Electricity Regulatory Commission of India, Télédiffusion de France, TDF in short, Doordarshan, and Dr. Srivastava as member secretary and convener from All India Radio. Nevertheless, after long deliberations and discussions, due to the disagreement of All India Radio and Doordarshan members concerning matters such as the appraisal of assets of Prasar Bharati, the staff redundancy, and the inclination of TDF to manipulate the report to their preference, the report was unable to be completed to the extreme dissatisfaction of those in authority at that time.
I was awarded a second term in the All India Radio Directorate in August 1999. The special task given to me was the responsibility of organizing the group for the disinvestment of Prasar Bharati. I was very enthusiastic and I was very keen to partially divest Prasar Bharati to acquire more funds for the purpose of modernizing, improving the infrastructure and augmenting its effectiveness. I made a very earnest effort to study and analyze the modus operandi of many broadcast organizations in various parts of the world, namely BBC, TDF, ABC, and others. Based on their working, I compiled a report and willing to go for a global tender for inducting a foreign partner and divesting to an extent of 49%. However, we found that the external partners and members of the group, including the chairman, unilaterally changed the report submitted by the members from Ministry of I&B, that is All India Radio, myself, Doordarshan, my counter colleague, and they modified the draft to divest 71%, retrench staff, and fix the value based on the book value of the assets. This was totally unacceptable to the members of Ministry of I&B, and both of us refused to sign the report. This was not taken very lightly by government at that time. However, the time passed and the efforts made us to think whether we can create a profit center within the Ministry of I&B and lease the assets to earn profit and make All India Radio, Doordarshan and the Prasar Bharati financially viable. This led to formation of AIR resources, which worked very efficiently in the initial years.
Dr. Srivastava facilitated the signing of the MoU between Prasar Bharati and WorldSpace for starting a satellite-based delivery of high-quality digital music and multimedia services for education and healthcare in African and Southeast countries. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed on May 24, 2000 by Shri R.R. Shah, CEO, Prasar Bharati, and Mr. Harold Adam, CEO, WorldSpace. The service started on the 15th of August 2000.
The most important accomplishment of Dr. Srivastava was to set up a profit center known as AIR Resources, to harness the inventory of assets of approximately 500 billion Indian rupees, and human assets of about 45,000 employees, to make Prasar Bharati financially viable. The idea was to provide the expert services to Indian and foreign organizations and lease the assets. Designated Head of AIR Resources, Dr. Srivastava got the approval of all the norms for leasing of the assets from the Ministry of Finance, the Government of India.
Indira Gandhi National Open University, known as IGNOU, a central university located at New Delhi, India, is the largest open university in the world with 4 million students. It had got approval from the Government of India for establishing an education channel in the country, which involved setting up a 40 number of 10 kW FM stations in various places in the country. All India Radio Resources signed a Memorandum of Understanding with IGNOU on 2 August 2001. The terms were to provide a turnkey solution to establish 40 transmitters in all India Radio premises by leasing its land and building at various locations and then operate and maintain these for a minimum period of 10 years. Internal profit of INR 1.28 billion were projected.
All India Radio Resources and Bureau of Police Research and Development, BRPL, Ministry of Home Affairs, signed a Memorandum of Understanding on November 8, 2001 to use all the radio stations interactively to train police personnel in 167 training centers across the country. It was also envisaged to use FM radio stations in the country to receive public complaints and then relay it to police personnel on the move. The aim was to link each police person in the country to the citizens for immediate accessibility. This idea was the culmination of brainstorming discussions between Shri V. N. Singh, Delhi Police Commissioner, and Dr. Srivastava. Times of India covered this news with the headline, "Don't dial 100. Call up FM radio station."
Under the liberalisation policy, the Government of India began auctioning radio licenses to private broadcasters in 2000. All India Radio Resources signed agreements with all the private broadcasters on Monday, the 10th of December 2001, to lease its land, building and towers throughout the country to facilitate the start of private broadcasting in the country. An internal assessment of projected profit was 1.36 billion Indian rupees. That also established the private commercial broadcasting regime in the country.
The year 2001 achieved exceptional organizational accomplishments. National newspapers gave this widespread coverage. Dr. Hari Om Srivastava had an additional cause for celebration on a personal level in the year. Tech House, located in Boston, USA, a renowned publisher of technical books, released his work, Interactive TV Technology and Markets, in December of 2001. It was recognized as the top-selling technical book in the USA in 2002. Furthermore, in 2001, Dr. Srivastava was recognized by both the Marquis Who's Who and Who's Who in the World when they included his biography in the 19th edition of their publication.
During the period between 2002 and 2005, Dr. Srivastava played a major role in the speedy growth of All India Radio Resources as its leader, until his shift to the North Zone. During his tenure, numerous thrilling initiatives were carried out. The India Global Air FM Gold program extension to Mauritius was established in May 2002, with an earning of $40 million per year. A novel program to extend All India radio services to passengers on Indian Rails was implemented in June 2002. Dr. Srivastava got the cabinet approval for the commencement of community radio service in December 2002. A national agricultural channel, known as Kisamvani, was started in February 2004 using nationwide All India Radio and Doordarshan transmission network to instruct and educate farmers on the use of modern farming techniques in their own language, earning a revenue of 7 billion INR. These, coupled with many other activities, were well progressing towards the goal of achieving financial viability for Prasar Bharati.
During his second tenure at All India Radio headquarters between 1999 to 2005, Dr. Srivastava had many personal achievements. These included his publishing around 150 research papers in national and international journals, publication of several books, holding honorary positions as chairperson of Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers, India, Delhi, advisor to Prof. University, visiting professor and honorary director and member governing council of several engineering colleges. Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers, India, honoured him with SN Mitra Award for the most significant contribution in the field of broadcasting. His biography was included in Who is Who in Asia in 2007. The achievements received wide coverage in national and international news.
I am thankful to all of you. Thank you very much.